Bitcoin, it's now or never. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening guys, wherever you are on this beautiful world, whenever you're watching this video, welcome to the Bitcoin family channel. For the newcomers, my name is Didi. In today's video, run BTC, yes, walking this beautiful park again. The beach has high tide, so not a beautiful place to walk. Maybe tomorrow, the day after, I will try the beach again, guys. In today's video, I have 2 news items, I have 5 amazing charts and an inspirational quote at the end. Let's jump into the news items first to show you what is happening in this industry. Let's go, guys. The first thing I want to talk about is not Bitcoin, but it's Ethereum. Why is Ethereum so weak? Why is the price weak? Why is maybe Bitcoin even taking over from Ethereum? This is my vision on that. In my honest opinion, yes, Ethereum was beautiful and did a lot for the industry. It was an amazing testnet if you look at Ethereum for running DeFi. But it also has a lot of disadvantages. And those disadvantages Bitcoin just doesn't have. Bitcoin is the more reliable, stronger chain. So what I believe is that whole DeFi industry that now has been tested on the Ethereum blockchain will slowly move towards the Bitcoin blockchain. More robust and more stable, never been hacked, never had issues, solved this problems in transaction speed because of the Lightning Network, etc. So I believe the whole Bitcoin blockchain is way better than the Ethereum blockchain. It's still proof of work as well. So what I see happening for the future now is that a whole shift from DeFi is going to shift to the Bitcoin blockchain. And the second reason is it is more reliable but also more safe. Maybe a little bit slower, but that's not what is necessary when we are handling billions of dollars worth of staking algorithms or whatever DeFi algorithm is built on Ethereum. Speed doesn't matter. Stability and safety matters. And in that, Bitcoin is outperforming all the other blockchains. So in my opinion, the next 4 years, 8 years, a shitload of this DeFi that is built on the Ethereum, that has been tested on the Ethereum, will now be built on the Bitcoin blockchain. And yes, that is possible because a lot of layer 2 solutions and even layer 1 solutions in the Bitcoin blockchain make it possible for Bitcoin to do this, for developers to develop whatever they developed in DeFi on Ethereum, now also develop on Bitcoin. They don't need to look at speed, as speed really doesn't matter when we're handling billions and billions of dollars. Stability and safety is the thing that we need then in the Bitcoin blockchain, guys. So that is my opinion, guys, on this whole issue. And that is maybe also why the Ethereum price is lagging behind, why it's dropping more and more. Because people know, hey, we should start to transfer all this technology onto the Bitcoin blockchain because that is the safest and the most reliable one. That's still proof of work. So yes, that is really my hardcore opinion. That doesn't mean I don't invest in Ethereum or any Ethereum-based projects, but it does mean I understand what's going to happen in the future. Bitcoin is going to be the king in all fronts. Not just the gold of the 21st century, but also the blockchain of the 21st century, which is the safest and most stable one when it comes to saving, storing, staking billions of dollars. Has never been hacked, has never had issues, has never been down. Not one other blockchain can say the same, guys. So please understand, that is why I believe that Bitcoin is king and will stay the king. They will take over also DeFi from that Ethereum blockchain, guys. Now, let's jump into the second news. The second news is that tomorrow, the 2nd of April, the US tariffs are going to be announced by President Trump. And there is a lot of pressure in this market because of these US tariffs. A lot of people think that he's going to announce a trade war to China, a trade war to Canada, a trade war to Mexico, a trade war to many other countries by imposing these US tariffs on those import and export guys. So I don't really believe that tomorrow again will be the date that he will announce like 25% tariffs. I think Trump is playing a very strategical game and very smart game that is going to be good for the United States, but at the end it will also be good for other countries. And these tariffs, in my opinion, yeah, Why not? If we always use the US Army and the US strength and the US products, but we never pay for them, that's also not honest. So there needs to be a middle ground, and that middle ground will be found by negotiations. And those negotiations Trump has done millions of times in his career, and he's now doing it as a president as well. He is negotiating with China and negotiating with Russia and negotiating with all those countries to come to a beautiful solution that is economical, healthy, for all the parties, not just the United States, I believe. I think he wants to be the guy that created a healthy economy again. And that is what those tariffs are doing, in my opinion. Will this impact the Bitcoin market? Short term, yeah, it could. Volatility, beautiful for my bot and algorithm, because they make more profits when the market is volatile. Long term, these tariffs don't even matter. Long term, we have worst case scenarios like the pandemic and the COVID crash and all that shit, and we all survived the Bitcoin. We had China banning Bitcoin. We survived so many things with Bitcoin that long term, it doesn't matter. Long term, we are going to make a new all-time high in 2025. Long term, we're also going to make a new all-time high in 2029. And long term, we will also make a new all-time high again in 2033, guys. In 2033, so 2029, 33, it will be every time a higher all-time high, guys. So long term, I am not shaken by these tariffs. Short term could lead to volatility, but that volatility is necessary for traders to make profits, and also for the weak hands to sell their weak hands, and for the strong hands to buy those weak hands. But exactly that is happening, and exactly that I'm going to show you now in these few amazing charts. Bam! The first chart for today, guys, is of course the 4-hour chart. Look, I drew yesterday, we are still a low, higher low. We found support in a blue line, so that's beautiful. We found support on it, so it's a higher low. We are finding resistance, of course, it's 84K, that red line. Now we can see those wicks going in there. Now the question is, are we gonna break this? Yes, then we are gonna go definitely to this range of 88 to 90K. That will be the move if we break this support resistance area over there. If not, guys, we could fall back here to 76K one more time, the wick low over there, just to get the weak hands to sell a little bit more of their Bitcoins into the strong hands. And I will show you very quickly where the strong hands and when the strong hands have been buying, guys. But over here, this is support at the moment. So short term, maybe we could see some positivity and see a break to the 88K level, which would be a beautiful breakout because of this higher low. Let's create a higher high and then again a higher low, maybe around the level of here, like 85K. So up, down, something like that. That will be amazing. But I have long-term charts I want to show you now because they are really interesting. Now the first one that I need to share with you, I found on the website of BitBo. The BitBo link to the website is down below this video, guys. Use that link, you get a special sign-up bonus. This chart is showing us that there is a death cross on the daily chart. The death cross means the 50 daily moving average crossing the 200 daily moving average. And you will see a lot of influencers in the upcoming week and videos talking about this death cross. They will make you afraid. The death cross here, the death cross there. Let me be very clear. In the last previous two death crosses, the first one over there, the crash was already before. You see this? The crash was already before. At the death cross, we started to bounce again, and we went up, then we came down again, and then we went up again, and then at that golden cross we had a massive move. Here the same. That dead cross, the crash already happened there. The dead cross had been there. From that dead cross we went up again, and when there was a golden cross, massive move. So don't be fooled, we just saw a huge crash. This dead cross doesn't mean anything. I think it will be a sideways movement, just like it was over here and over there. And from there, I think a golden cross will again appear, and that golden cross will push Bitcoin to that 120K in May. That is what I expect. Daily chart. This chart is showing you that probably the ETFs are expecting the same. Why? Because they have been accumulating again. Last week, they accumulated a shitload of Bitcoins. This week, again accumulating, they are in the plus. So you can see that they are accumulating. A lot of green again. Green, all green, guys. They have been accumulating. The spot ETFs start to buy again. Does that mean we are up for a reversal? Yes, I believe so. Next chart. This one I found on the Rational Root. The Rational Root has amazing charts, guys. I already follow him for a long time, so give him a follow as well on Twitter. This chart is showing us, yeah, It's just another pullback, guys. It's just another pullback. Every time it's happening. ETF approval, we go up here with a standard deviation, we can see the price going up, and then we start to come down again. We have this beautiful retracement to this area of 0, minus 0.4, minus 0.6. Price goes sideways. Then again, election, bam, price pumping. This line goes up again. And again, beautiful retracement. And again to that same level, minus 0.4, 0.6. Then again, we will see a rebound, a bounce. Again, the price will go up again, I believe to 120K. Amazing chart. Here we can see very clearly that the whales start to accumulate again. And the whales accumulate always after some dips. So in the bull market they start selling, during the bear market they start buying. Now I'm calling it bear market, maybe I should say bearish move, you can see it better on this chart. So here, this green area, these are the long-term hodlers, and they sell during the bull markets. Look, this is the bull market, and they start to sell amidst the bull market. They don't need to have the perfect top. They take their profits there because they bought very cheap. Here again, we go up during the run, and up during that run also start to sell. Again, bear market, they start to accumulate. Last part of the bull market, they start to exit. And then again, when the price comes to the bear market bottom, they start to accumulate again. Here again, during the bull market, they start to exit. During the bull market, accumulating, selling over there. And now, this is the important part, they start to accumulate again. So this looks a little bit like this move over there. Beautiful. That would mean we get a shitload of price advancement to the top side above 100K after this move. On this chart, we can see that some things are changing for Bitcoin. Some things are changing. Because if we look at the SOPR, that shows that many people are selling at a loss and hasn't flashed as deep red like in the past downturns. And that's the difference at the moment. This is the bull market double top in 2021. Now, before that, the bear market, look how deeply red everything was. This was the red part in, the 60 to 30K move and back to 65K. Bear market, deeply red. At the moment, during this bull market, look, it's no deeply red, it's all green. And the greens are higher than the greens before. So this shows me that the volatility is slowly disappearing, that we won't rush off like a fool into the sky or to the moon, but we're also not crashing hard anymore. And that's very interesting, so that could mean that the market is stabilizing a little bit and that we will grow slower and not grow really quickly anymore. It's an interesting chart that we need to keep an eye on. If you want to keep an eye on, you can find these on Bitbo, charts.bitbo.io. You will find that link down below. Just click the link and you will be able to check the charts. On this one, you also see the long-term hodler and the price line. Now, if I look at this chart, I can't tell you that the bull market top is in. I just can't. Look, this was bull market top is in. This was bull market top is in. This is, we're just getting started. This is representing this area to me, or this area to me. We still need to get that area. We still need to get this area. This is what we still need to get. And maybe it's taking longer because the bull market already started earlier. Just imagine we started even before the halving, which normally never happens. So that's why it looks like it's taking longer. But for me, we still need to get that steep part, even if it's just to the 50 level. We still need to get that steep part, which will again increase the Bitcoin price. The old range and the new range. Something to say about this? Yes, because we could be shifting, like I just said, from an old range to a new range. In the old range, we were making a lot of red areas over there. Maybe in this new range, we are going lower. And the red area sometimes only happens. But also on this chart, green in history was the moment to buy. Green, if you would have bought it during the bear market bottom. Green, if you would have bought the COVID crash. Green, you would have bought the complete bear market bottom. Green, you would have bought this dip here back to, what was it, 40K before we went to 70K. Green, I don't think I need to repeat what you should be doing at these prices because this is green. When we get orange and red, yeah, sell. Here, you buy. Now, then we have this chart. This is the terrace. Yesterday you had another version that was a 10 weeks delay. This one is 108 days delay. So a little bit different, but also that one could be in line. And that one could mean, yeah, we will dip again to 70K levels. And from that moment goes sideways. You know, this is the 2 April terrace. That's why we are dipping at the moment. And then 6 April could be the bottom. And then we go sideways. And then bam, we follow that M2 to 120K. More and more, these charts are in line with each other. So we are following this MT move that already happened 108 days ago. We start to follow that now with the Bitcoin price. That's amazing. That's amazing. That would mean that 120K could be happening already in May, guys. And if we do it a little bit slower, July. Yeah, summertime, mostly not a top time for me. Then we have this chart, the rational root, guys. This one is showing you where we are at the moment in the bull market. And this one is very interesting because it's so simple, you can really understand what it's stating. Here we were 23% into the bull market. The thing that happened after 23% was this. Here we were 23% in the bull market. The thing that happened after that was this. Here we were 23 in the bull market. The thing that happened after it was this, a dip and another all-time high. Double top, not a blow-off top. Here are we again, 23% in the bull market. What will happen after? I believe a copy of 2017, a blow-off top. That's what I believe. So yes, also this chart telling us the bear market is not starting. We are at 23% of this bull market. We still have a shitload of bullish months to come, guys. And that was also the last chart for today, guys. I am stating it again, it is not a bear market. It's still a bull market. I hope you really enjoyed those charts, guys. Yes, beautiful to see how the short-term volatility again is shaking up the market, how the weekends are selling, but you saw that those whales, strong hands with 1,000 Bitcoins or more in their wallet, they are accumulating. They have been accumulating already for a couple of weeks, and mostly when they start to accumulate, that will mean a reversal also in the price, which will mean that the Bitcoin price again will pump up like hell. Just like those previous times, the whales know exactly what they're doing and they have been accumulating. I've been telling you this now already for weeks. For weeks and weeks, over and over again, I told you the whales are accumulating, you should be accumulating as well. This beautiful area, low 80s, amazing price to accumulate, guys. Before you know it, we will be back at 90K or maybe 100K. Yes. Is there a possibility we will drop to 75K one more time? Definitely. Will we then have a V-shaped bounce really quickly above 80K? Definitely. Will the bull market then continue again to 100, 120 and maybe even 160K? In my opinion, definitely. I don't have any doubt on this bull market to stop, guys. Because to me, those indicators just have not been flashing. When the indicators start to flash about this bull market end, I will honestly tell you, hey guys, indicators flashing, this is your signal to exit the market. That's how simple it is, guys. It is the indicators and the charts that should be advising you, not all the news. The news has been advising you in the last couple of years as well about all that flu, and about all those face masks, and about all those other things that you should be doing. That was the news as well. Did they lie? Yes. Were they aware that they were lying? I don't know. But at least they didn't fact check everything and all the details before they started to make everyone afraid of what was happening in this terrible world. And the same thing they don't do with Bitcoin. They don't fact check, they don't tell the real truth. They tell what they believe that they need to tell because their boss tells them to tell that, because that story will sell the most of the clicks. That is what the news is nowadays. So don't base your trading on the news. Base your trading on the charts. Now, let's jump into the inspirational quote. The inspirational quote for today, guys, it's not like an inspirational quote, it's more like a life lesson. A life lesson why we don't bring our kids to school, why we have never brought our kids to school since those 8 years of traveling. The reason for this is a very simple reason, guys. Because on schools, we believe the kid in core is being killed. We believe they are preparing the kids for the past and not for the future. That's why the kids are memorizing books from the past and not being prepared for the future. They are memorizing wars, they are memorizing all kinds of strange events. They're all being forced to memorize things that they really can't use in the future, or of which they are not necessary to use in the future. Why not? Because we have nowadays AI. We have things that are way smarter than anyone that will graduate from university. Now, that is one of the reasons. Technology is advancing in this quick pace that we need to prepare kids for a different future where memorizing is not the most important skill. We have that skill now built into robots, into iPhones, and much more, guys. So that is the first reason. The second reason is, do you always remember in school there was always one kid that was always talking, was always the loudest one. They called him the difficult one. He's disturbing the class. That kid's talent was probably talking. That kid would probably be the best communicator in the world. That kid would probably become an entrepreneur. That kid would probably become an influencer. Whatever it is, that talent of the kid was talking. Do you know there was always this one kid that was always running around, restless, was always moving, couldn't sit still. That kid was called, "You have ADHD. You are not normal." That kid could be the future epic athlete that could become one of the world champions, because he would become the best athlete because he needs to move. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Do you remember, guys, that guy who was never listening? That guy who was breaking all the rules probably will become the best entrepreneur. I hope you understand what I'm getting at. I think those crows are protecting their nest or something, whatever, guys. He doesn't like I'm here. I hope you see this in the screen. They keep flying to my head and leaving it. But guys, that kid that was always breaking the rules, that's me. That's the kid that became an entrepreneur. That's the kid that became a successful businessman. That's the kid who did everything different. Schools are punishing and killing exactly those things that later, when the children grow up, will reward them. The world is rewarding successful entrepreneurs. The world is rewarding successful athletes. The world is rewarding speakers, influencers. Exactly those traits the schools are punishing. And that is why so many people that went to school in the end up confused. In the end, they don't know anymore what they are doing. Why? Because exactly those things, when they grow up, that are paying their bills, being an athlete, being an influencer, being a speaker, president, politician, whatever you want, or being an entrepreneur, they are rewarded when they grow up, but they learned exactly the opposite. They learned not to do that on schools. That is why so many people are ending up fucked up and don't understand anymore what to do. That's the only reason, guys. And that is why my kids haven't gone to school the last 8 years of traveling. And that is also why my kids will never go to school. Because we as a family, we chose not to prepare the kids for the past, but prepare the kids for the future. And that future I already wrote 6 years ago in my book. I told already 6 years in my book this exact reason. There would be AI combined with blockchain, combined with other technologies that would destroy all the necessity of these skills that are being taught on schools. These are retarded skills. These are skills that nobody will need anymore in the future. We have way smarter technology now that will solve all the issues that people learn to memorize in school in a split of a second. So please understand that there is a huge difference between the past education system and the system that we need nowadays. That is the inspirational part for today. So yes, maybe it's a little bit rough, but the inspirational part tells you, get your kids from school, go traveling, teach them the school of life, enjoy every single moment of the day, and please experience beautiful experiences each and every day. That will learn and teach your kids the most valuable lessons. That will be the biggest classroom they've ever been in. This beautiful world. This beautiful world. That is what teaches your kids to be a kid, to become a puber, to become an adult, and to become successful. It won't be the schools. They will keep your children small. They will make sure your children will turn into sheeple that will be paying the tax so that they can keep being poor, to listen and be forced into listening to the central authorities like a government or a central bank or whatever else it is. You don't want that future for your children. Just be honest. Just be honest. And now stop fearing that first step. Stop fearing it. There's many possibilities to get your kids out of that education into a new form of education that will really prepare your children for the future. Stop fear and start to explore. That was everything for today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy the video, please give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. What do you think about the news? What do you think about the charts? And what do you think about that last inspirational part? Do you agree with me on the schooling of children, or do you disagree with me? Also, if you disagree, all good, guys, we all still friends. I would just love to see your comment why you would be disagreeing with me on that topic, guys. Thanks for watching. I wish you an amazing day. See you tomorrow again. Bam.